Hello, SquirrelTribe 2.0. Long time no see. It's literally been, I don't know, like 7 months since the end of September since we saw each other. It has been a very long time. Now, if you've been here before, you may be looking around me and going, something looks a little bit different. And yes, we have a new home. So before the last time we saw each other, we were in our apartment, in the kitchen, in the apartment. And now we are in our new home. A lot has happened over the last 7.5 months. And so thank you for coming back for this. But one of the things that happened with the purchasing of our new home is we have a pool. Now, the reason this is important is because I have wanted a pool every single day of my life, I think. I'm pretty sure I came out of the womb going, I'd like to stay in something like this for the rest of my life, because in the womb, it's basically your own personal hot tub, if you will. And so then you're born and you're like, oh, it's kind of, not nearly as fun out here. And then you spend your whole entire life trying to get back into a pool or an ocean. And thankfully I do live near the beach, so I get to go into the ocean, but sometimes you just want a pool. The apartment complex we were in had a pool. And it was great-ish, except for the community pool sometimes gets a little gross. We saw people eating hamburgers inside the pool, which, what the crap. We've seen babies in the pool without the little swimmy diapers, which I'm sure, nothing gross transpired there, but you just never know. Also in said community pool at the apartments, we saw two people who were clearly doing it in the corner of the pool. They were trying to hide it, but they were clearly doing it. So all these different issues on why community pools are not my absolute favorite. And when we started looking for houses, I had the criteria of a pool. My husband, the man, Kevin, you guys may know, he had the criteria of no pool because taking care of a pool is a pain in the absolute badonkadonk, and neither of us have any clue how to do it. We've never owned our own pool in life. We've had 3 houses until this one and 2 apartment complexes. And the only time we had pools was at apartment complexes. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they have a pool and they talk all the time about what a pain in the butt it is to keep it clean, keep the leaves out of it and whatever else. And they were talking about how they have a pool cleaner that helps them immensely, like one of those little robot looking things that scoots across the bottom of the pool and up the side of the pool and whatever else. And I was like, that sounds like a good idea. Now our pool is tiny. It's not even you can't do a lap. There's no lappable moments in this pool. It is all of 4,000 gallons, I think, which still sounds like a lot, but at the end of the day, it's microscopic. It is the size of my island here. No, it literally is the size of my island here. Look, let's see if I can show you guys. This is my island. It is the size of my island, it seems. There's literally nothing to the pool. And it has a little hot tub kind of section in it. So it's even smaller than a regular pool, but it's covered with trees. We don't have a cover over it. It's a ton of trees everywhere. So it's always got leaves in it. And I was going out and cleaning out the little basket thingy. For those of you who have a pool, I don't know any of the correct terminology here, so this is going to be real interesting. But I would go clean out the little skimmer basket, I think is the right term for it. And it's a really deep basket. And so in order to get all the way down to the bottom of this basket where the handle is, you have to literally just stick your whole arm down there, probably up to about here, to pull the basket out. And that's what gets all the leaves and all that fun stuff, right? And I'm thinking to myself, not a big deal. I just get the leaves and toss them out. Until the one day, y'all, I had tossed out probably 2 massive handfuls of leaves and I went to go reach back in and I swear on everything, it was a tarantula. It wasn't as big, it wasn't palm sized or anything like that, but that joker was hefty looking and it was a spider. And I was like, no, we either have to never clean this pool or swim in it ever again, or we need to figure something out because my hand is not going in the skimmer basket ever again. We need something that will either fix it or whatever else. Now we do have a pool boy. Man, it's not really the pool boy, but somebody who comes over and takes care of the pool once a week because we don't know how all of the chemicals and stuff work yet, right? So we have somebody doing that while we try to pay attention to everything they're doing. We watch them, we listen. That way, hopefully in a month or 2, we can just take over and not need to pay anybody to do it. So on top of trying to figure out how to do all the chemicals and what needs to happen, it's a saltwater pool, but we still want to be able to clean it and keep it clean because like I said, there's no cover and there's trees everywhere and it's constantly full of leaves and random little debris and stuff that the little basket thingy, scooper thingy, like a cat litter scooper, but big for your pool, which every time I see it used, I just think of floating turds. I have no idea why, but that thing doesn't pick up all of the itty bitty things, right? So my husband, he jumps on YouTube because that's the best place to go for anything you want, right? So he jumps on YouTube and he's trying to find out how to kind of figure out what the best option is for cleaning the pool, getting one of the little gizmos, machines, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know if you notice this or not, but there is an Amazon package sitting behind me. So, yes, we'll open that in a second. So he checks out this video, and it's like the best video in the history of videos because it gave us all the information we needed all at once. Let's see if I can find it. He sent it to me, and let's see. So it was on this channel called The Hookup, which this guy was amazing. So he has this video here. Sorry, my plug just fell out of the island. So he has this video here, and he goes through like all of these different pool cleaners, right? And the most convenient thing I've ever seen in my entire life, where they put everything all in one, right? So he does this whole video, and we're watching it, going through. If you guys have a pool or you're kind of curious on what you should get, make sure you guys check out this video. So he's doing this whole video on the pool coverage and what your best option is, if it's for whatever size or whatever. And so we picked one. I don't remember which one we picked, but we're going to open it. It is from Amazon. I know that there's a lot of places you can order pool stuff. And no, this is not the safest way to open anything, but that's what we're working with today. I don't know if scissors opened up like this is safer than like a box cutter. I feel like a box cutter, I would stab myself. Although I am the person who cuts towards myself with scissors. So it's not like I'm doing anything correctly over here either. But let's get this thing open and see what this looks like, because I want to, I just stabbed myself with a scissor. So I want to be able to use this, but I know it has to be charged. Why is there a box in a box? I mean, I guess it makes sense. Hold on, y'all, it's too much. Can y'all see this is a box in a box? But I feel like, could you not, oh, Jesus, could you not have just shipped, please hold, just shipped the box for itself. All right, so this is a, whatever this is called. What is this, Aper? I don't even know what this is called. It is the Aper Scuba S1 cordless something cleaning vacuum. All right, let's figure this part out. Open up another little section here so we can take this joker out and get it going. But I'm really excited about this because we have used the hot tub, y'all. We have used the hot tub one time, twice. The first time we used the hot tub portion, because we still haven't used the pool. Today's high is 78 degrees, and this will be the warmest it has been so far this year, this season, this whatever. Technically, we could heat the pool, but that's a lot of money over time. So we'll just wait until the water gets warm on its own. Hey, there's Max. We'll wait till the water gets warm on its own before we use it as a pool. Or if we use the hot tub, we do heat that part up because obviously it's not a cold tub. It's called a hot tub for a reason. So we warm up the hot tub and it's connected to the pool. So technically that hot water kind of like scoots its way over into the pool part. So we could, in theory, use the pool right afterwards. But also, what's the point in warming up your body just to kind of plunge it into the cold-ish water afterwards? I've never understood that. I know a lot of people do it. They do the hot tub and then they go back and forth between a hot tub and a pool. I don't know if it's supposed to be like good for muscles or good to shock the system. The hot tub, to me, once I'm in the hot tub and it's like so incredibly relaxing, I don't want to cold plunge after that at all. But anyway, the first time we used it, my mother-in-law was here and she had never used a hot tub before. We had no idea. She's 70, I think she turned 74 this year. Actually, in June, she'll turn 74, I believe. And yeah, because my mom is 74 and Janini is right behind her in turning 74. So she'll be 74 in June. Never been in a hot tub before. And we thought, this will be fun. We'll get her in the hot tub. But I also thought, what fun is a hot tub without a glass of wine? So I also had her, sipping on a glass of wine, sitting in a hot tub, and she loved it. She said she loved it. So we used it that one time with all four of us, me, the man, the kid, and the mother-in-law. And then the next time it was just me and the man, which, y'all, I would never suggest sexy time in a hot tub, but being with just your spouse in a hot tub can be sexy. And then you can sexy time afterwards if you want. I'm just saying, it was nice. Glass of wine, just the two of us in a hot tub, just chilling. Anyway, let's continue on here. So this is the Aper Scuba S1. I'm trying to get my hands inside this box. They need to make these things easier to take out. What if we just, hold on, okay, we'll just do it that way. I think this box was probably made in China because it opened up real easy. And then we scoot, wait, scoot. We could edit all this out, but where's the fun in that, right? Okay, so this is the thing. This is the cordless robotic pool cleaner, the Aper Scuba S1. I wanted the one that was teal, that was like this color on the sides because hello, it's cuter. But it was like I think it was a 4-week delay and it cost $20 more just because the little scoot parts, the little track thing was this teal color. And I was like, no, I want it now. So we went ahead and ordered this and it was not that expensive. It was actually on sale. Ask me how much it was because now I don't remember. I want to say like 4 something. I feel like it was 4 something through Amazon. I could be wrong, but it feels accurate. But I also have the Amazon Prime card. I use it at Whole Foods like every single time I go there because Whole Foods, if you guys ever go to Whole Foods, they have like their regular pricing and then they have their sale price, but then they'll have an Amazon Prime member price also. And sometimes you can save like $2 on some chicken or some broccoli or whatever, just depends. So I pay $11 a month for Prime, which sounds stupid, but I do make it up with what I buy at Whole Foods. I make up that 11 plus some. And then because I have the Amazon Prime card, I get like extra points, kind of like cash back like I do with my Amex, which I use everywhere. I don't use my hiccups. I don't use my bank card anywhere because that's my money and I'm not playing with my money. But anyway, I used the Amazon Prime card to pay for this. And I had, I think it was like $85 in rewards from all the purchases I've made at Whole Foods with my Amazon Prime card, which isn't a Visa. It's like literally just Amazon. I can't really use it anywhere else at all. It's digital. I don't even have one in, did they send me one? I don't even know if they sent me one because there's really no point unless you use it at Whole Foods. Okay, but I have it in my wallet thingy on my phone. But I saved like 80 something bucks off this just because of that. Just as a tip for anybody who's interested in saving extra money, or you shop at Whole Foods all the time, or you're addicted to Amazon like a lot of people are, because you can get anything at all in the world on Amazon. Let's see if we can open this and take this whole thing out. Wait a second. This, I could never be a surgeon. I just figured that out because that was the jankiest straight line I've ever made in my life. And I had something to like trace and I still went off kilter with it. Let's see here. Y'all, I am definitely not the poster child for how to open stuff with scissors. I would be the how not to video that they show in school to kids. Hey kids, how not to be a dumbass and how you open stuff. So this is the inside here. I don't know why there's like a whole thing on top. It's pretty color though, so we'll go with it. Okay, support stuff. And let's see what all this stuff is. I want to show you the thing. This must be the charger. Retrieval hook and charger, so you can get it from the bottom of the pool. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, this thing, if it's at the bottom of the pool and it dies or it's done, do I have to like jump in and save it, or is there a way to get it? But it says there's a retrieval hook that I'm guessing you just hook and retrieve it with. Makes sense. All right, there's got to be a way to, I got it. Please hold. I'm gonna figure this out. You can see the wheel thingy right there. Where do you open from? You open this way. It feels real awkward. I'm sure it looks just as awkward as it feels because it's not light. It feels real good just all on the chest like that. Okay. So here is the, oh, look it. This is what scrubs across the bottom. I don't know what this is. This feels like an ASMR video. But this is the thingamajig that I'm excited about using. Let's put you over here so you're out of my way. But I'm really excited about that. I don't know if any of y'all have swimming pools. I don't really think you use that in a hot tub. That seems like highly excessive for a hot tub, but in the pool section, because it says it won't climb walls, so it won't like go from the pool over the little wall into the hot tub, which would be weird because it's a bunch of stairs. I feel like it would just sit there doing circles or whatever. But anyway, so we have this. I'm excited about this. Like I said, it's like $400 something, I think, but I was looking earlier, and this is kind of on topic, but kind of off topic. The way my squirrel brain works, I'm sure if you've ever been here before, you understand how it like literally jumps limb to limb, tree to tree, and then somehow ends up back at home where it's supposed to be. The video that showed all the different pool cleaning majiggy things, I'm sure there's a name for it. All I can think of is pool cleaner. I don't know if that's really its scientific name. But the video that was showing all of those, like comparing all of them, I was like, this is the most useful thing I've ever seen because I don't have to look for 10 different videos to try to figure out which one I want. It is literally a compare this one to that one, to that one, to that one. And all they did was give you the facts. This is what this one does. This is what this one does. This is what this one does. This one doesn't do that. This one doesn't do, you guys know what I mean. So then I saw this thing for, I don't know if you guys have heard of this at all, but maybe you have. There's this thing called Chapter. And the reason this is important is because Chapter is for Medicaid. And the reason this is important is because my mom's on Medicaid, my mother-in-law's on Medicaid, and I've heard them both kind of sort of nicely bitch and moan about trying to figure out, like, how do you do this? Like, how do you know what to pick? What do you do? Whatever else. And so when I saw this thing about Chapter, which I personally am not sponsored by Chapter, just FYI, but they break down over 24,000 Medicare plan options and they help find like the right plan for you. And I know a lot of my audience over here is my age or older, either already on Medicaid or Medicare, either already on Medicare or soon to be on Medicare. And it's a huge deal for a lot of people. This is kind of sort of goes in line with it. When my husband and I both left corporate America, we had to get our own personal insurance, right? We weren't going through corporation or corporate anymore. We had to get our own. And so we ended up on healthcare.gov, right? And trying to figure out what the crap was like the most confusing thing in the history of the world. Like it shows you thousands of different things you can choose from depending on like what state you're in, like Florida, whatever. And then you got to pick a bronze package. You got to pick a silver package. You got to pick a gold package. You got to pick your deductible. You got to all these different things. And then they do that stupid little thing where you can like click a box so you can compare at the end. But there's no real comparison and there's nobody to help you and you have no effing clue what's going on. And so then you end up just eeny, meeny, miny, mo picking something, which ends up being absolute crap. And then, you're paying out the wazoo for something you're not even using. But anyway, if healthcare.gov could do kind of sort of like what Chapter does, where they make it easy to understand, that would be so incredibly beneficial to so many people. Now, healthcare.gov is for anybody, right? Medicare obviously is for 65 and older. It is still something between the two of them that confusing as all get out. Between Medicare and healthcare.gov, completely confusing no matter what age you are, right? But Chapter, the way they work is they kind of tell you how to save money. They'll put money back into Social Security checks, all these different kind of things. Like, I don't know the best way to describe it to you. I know that you guys can go to askchapter.org. If you want to check it out, you can do /Kevin and it'll take you to like a special link for him. But this is what's crazy to me. So my husband, Kevin, he has his own YouTube channel. You guys know, he talked about Chapter over there and a lot of people were commenting on it and I thought it was great. So I just want to read you a comment that somebody left. They said, "Thank you for this information. I believe I'll make contact with Chapter Medicare and seek some recommendations and advice because every little bit helps." Which, the accuracy of that, every little bit does help. But this one is my absolute favorite. This one here. So this one is important. So somebody said, Chapter helped me get a plan with medication. Regular Medicare was making me wait until October to be eligible to get a prescription plan, which is one of like the hard things for a lot of people. I know for regular healthcare, for like us, if we have to sign up, there's only 2 open dates, November and I want to say, what is it? March or April? I don't remember what the other month is, but I know November. It's always been November is what I mentally remember is that November you can sign up for healthcare, right? But if you need something in July, August, September, you're kind of SOL or up a creek or whatever, because you have to wait till November to get in. And I know a lot of people were talking about with Medicare, how there's wait times on certain things. And it's like, well, what if you need a prescription? What if you've gone to the doctor and you need this and that? And it's hard to kind of figure out what you're supposed to do. But Chapter, they have a website, which I gave you, and they have a phone number, which I'll put into like a pinned comment, just so you guys know. They have the ability to look through every single Medicare option or plan or whatever and figure out what is the absolute best for you. And then this person here said that they called the number for Medicare. Which is Chapter, right? They were very helpful. I told them my situation and they told me that what I already have is all I need, which to me says, these people are legitimately there to help you. It's not because some places you're like, oh, this feels like a Ponzi scheme. This feels like you're just trying to get some money out of me. You want to upsell me, all these different things. But they're just there to help you get what is absolutely best for you. I was looking it up because I was trying to figure out, I'm like, is Medicare like healthcare.gov? Like what are the similarities and the differences? Because, I'm only 43, but in 20 years, 22 years, unless they change the age, I will be going into Medicare as well. And I'd kind of like to know a little bit more about it. So I did the whole AI lookup and kind of break it down for me kind of thing. And it says here, just for everybody, information, because I'm sure a lot of people want to know, they both provide health insurance, right? Healthcare.gov is for under 65. Medicare is for above 65. But Medicare is a federal program for individuals 65 and older and some people with disabilities or certain conditions, whereas healthcare.gov is a website where individuals can compare and enroll in health insurance plans offered through the Affordable Care Act marketplace, which is, at least there's an option, right? But I was looking here and Medicare offers several parts. This is where I got confused myself just reading it. And I can't even imagine how confusing it's got to be as you get older, right? It says Medicare offers several parts, including Part A, which is hospital insurance, Part B, which is medical insurance, Part C, which is Medicare Advantage plans, and Part D, which is prescription drug coverage. And I'm like, do you have to have all four? Like you have to go pick a Part A, a B, a C, and a D, because that would be beyond confusing. At all. It's the same thing, I guess, with me with healthcare.gov, trying to figure out what deductibles I want, what copays I want, what I want it to cover. It's so incredibly confusing, right? But Chapter, the whole point behind Chapter is they help you figure out your A, B, C, D, and heaven forbid there's ever an E and F, right, that comes along later. But they help you figure out what is the best option for you. And to me, it's an absolute game changer for most people. And I'm sure you guys would agree. Crap, some of y'all probably already use them or have used them or at least know who they are and have either called them, looked them up, something like that. So I do have this. I want to show you guys if I can pull this up correctly because me and computers. This is the what it looks like on the website. So if you guys decide to go to this website, this is what it's going to look like. But again, you can go to Chapter. Make sure I'm not doing this wrong. I'm probably going to do it wrong, so I'm not going to tell you what to go to, but I will show you the phone number if you guys want to call also. There's a phone number there, but I'll put everything in a link in the description later in case you guys are interested in looking it up or just calling, because it's always free to make a phone call, free to check it out online because it may help you. You just never know. And then if you do, I would love to know how it works for you because like I said, I'm sure my mom would like to look into this because moving from Georgia to Florida, which she did in September of last year, if you guys remember or if you were here then, she moved from Georgia to Florida to be closer to me and my husband and our daughter, right? Single mom. So being in Georgia was great. She still had my mother-in-law there and her friends, but she'd rather be closer to us, which makes sense, especially as she's getting older. Having her closer by or having me closer to her makes perfect sense. But she also had to give up her incredible insurance that she had in Georgia for Florida insurance, because Kaiser in Georgia seems to be really, really good for people over 65. Whereas here, it's not the same, which is so weird to me because Florida is such a retirement state. Like a lot of people move to Florida after they retire. And as they get older, you would think the healthcare in Florida would be freaking top notch. But according to a lot of people, it's lacking. Or maybe it's because they don't know what plan they really truly need. That's a really good thought. So my mom will also be reaching out to Chapter to see if what she has is correct or if there's something they can do for her that would be better, that would be easier for her to get into a place around here or cost her less in the long run for prescriptions and stuff like that. Because I know she had to get a prescription and she called me and she's like, they want like $130 flipping dollars for this. Whereas back at Kaiser, I was paying like 10. So again, even stuff like that would be a reason to call Chapter, I'm assuming, because they can help you with the prescription plan part of it too. Just very interesting things to think about. But either way, that's my pool cleaner. And then hopefully, like I said, we get rid of the pool company soon and we do it ourselves. Look, this is, hold on, come here. Nope, that's not gonna work. And that's for something else. No, don't fall. Well, there goes that. So we got these things, which aren't really whatever, but they do help. You're supposed to like dip it in the water and then compare. Again, with the comparing of stuff, if your eyeballs don't work sometimes like mine don't, this is going to look so much like that I'm not going to know if we're in the right zones or what, because these all look very, very close to me when you're going along these lines, like especially the last two. And down in here, it's like, how is there that much of a difference here and here? Either way, we'll probably resort to these. There's places where you can go test the water, like you put it into like a beaker kind of thing. No, container. Beakers not, right? Beakers don't close. You put it in a container, you take it to these pool places and they'll check it for you. And then they'll go, well, you're low on your chlorine. You need some potassium. I'm just making up words here that I've seen. I don't know if they're right or not. You need to add a little bit of salt or whatever else. And then of course you buy the stuff from them. It's smart. Test your water for free, sell you all the shit you need for your water, right? But then if we can do that and then figure out exactly how to do it ourselves without having to go in every single week or whatever, we can have our own components and fill it up. And then we got the cleaner here. We should be good to go. I plan on being a pool expert by the end of the summer because I plan on using this joker every single day humanly possible. You know why? Because I don't have to shave my legs because ain't nobody going to see them but the man and the kid. The whole reason I've ever wanted my own entire pool is literally so I can be razor lazy. I don't want to shave my legs. I don't want to have to suck in my stomach. I don't want to have to try to put on a cute bathing suit. I don't want to. That's what it comes down to. I want to be able to walk out there looking like a bloated woolly mammoth and be perfectly fine because there's nobody there that's going to look at me and be like, ma'am, you know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean. Shaving your legs gets tiring. Waxing them hurts. It's like a lose-lose. Fellas, if there's any fellas here, you're lucky. Just FYI, you're lucky. I doubt you ever cut your armpit shaving or hit the back of your ankle because those hurt like a mofo and then try to dip those into a saltwater pool. Okay. Anyway, SquirrelTribe 2.0. I have missed y'all immensely. Oh, I've missed y'all immensely. We will be back here as often as humanly possible. I plan on pulling back up Mimosa Mondays. For those of you who know, you know. I don't know if it'll be on Mondays. It might be a Tequila Tuesday or a Whiskey Wednesday or a, what goes with Thursday? Tequila Thursday, just keep it going, right? What's Friday then? What has an F? I can't think of it. Okay, y'all tell me what's F. What would be F for Friday? What would be S for Saturday and then S for Sunday? Because it has to go together. Obviously, Mimosa Monday, Tequila Tuesday, Whiskey Wednesday, Tequila Thursday again. But what are the other ones? Because my brain, not braining on that right now. Either way, check the pinned comment when this is all said and done. If you guys are interested in chapter, I'll put the links there. Like I said, it's not anything crazy. It's just there to help you guys. And from what we've seen from a lot of people who have either called or clicked on the link for them, it has done wonders for them. And I'm more than positive it can help you guys too. Whether they say, hey, this is how we can get you better, or they say, hey, what you have is perfect. At the end of the day, you won't know unless you call or click, right? So that's that. I think that's all, y'all. There's my dining room table, in case anybody's curious, and that, and then the living room and stuff. And then here's some more kitchen. It's a little dirty right now, but there you go. So now you've seen a little bit. Show you some more later. I love y'all immensely. Have a fabulous rest of your Tuesday, because it is Tuesday, my dudes. Should have done this on Wednesday, so it could have been a hump day video. Guess we got to do a hump day video tomorrow. Y'all have a good day. Goodbye.